I'm here again with a very inspiring personality. Welcome to another inspiring episode. Today, we are honored to be joined by an incredible guest whose work has transformed the lives of countless individuals and families. Our guest is Jennifer Stout, an accomplished author, speaker, educator, message therapist, and Guinness World Record as well holder. Jennifer is also associated with Interwoven Therapeutic and Institute of Somatic Therapy and British Art International, where she empowered people through education, holistic healing, and compassionate care. So, welcome, Jennifer. I'm very happy to see you in my podcast. Within years of experience supporting your physically, emotionally, and personal well being, our guest has dedicated her life to helping others heal, grow, and reconnect with themselves. We are excited to learn from your journey, Jennifer. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. It is a pleasure to have you in my show, Empowering Education. So, Jennifer, it's a wonderful to have you with us. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing quite well so far. It's still early. I've only got one of my kids awake, so hopefully it's a nice, quiet podcast on my end. Yeah.
Okay. So, could you please briefly introduce yourself to my audience?
Yeah, absolutely. So, my name is Jennifer Stout. I am the owner of Interwoven Therapeutic, where I specialize in myofascial release, specifically John F. Barnes myofascial release. It's kind of a very specific umbrella under the myofascial release umbrella under the massage therapy umbrella. So it's kind of a a very niche thing that I do right now. But I specialize in John Barnes myofascial release, which is a medical massage modality, and I do a lot of work with people who are in chronic pain, or they are pregnant, or they're postpartum, they've had a car accident, babies who have tongue ties, older kids who have like ADHD symptoms, or maybe they're somewhere on the autism spectrum. There's a lot of things that I do that can help calm the nervous system down, which then allows the healing process to actually start. Because if you're in fight or flight, your body recognizes it's not safe enough to heal. But I'm also an author. I have a children's book that I just wrote, came out June 1st, called The Song of My Heartbeat. And then I am also, as you said, a Guinness World Record holder for a book that I am a participant in called Legacy and Ink, which is right behind me right there. And that was 142 authors
Oh,
coming together to all
nice.
contribute something to this book. And then we were all together in Philadelphia at the end of May to sign it all simultaneously, which is why we all are participants in the Guinness World Record holding. So it's been a very busy couple of months for me professionally with two books coming out. And I just found out actually that the Legacy and Ink has become an international bestseller. I'm not sure if that's on Amazon. I'm assuming it's on Amazon, but I still find that just incredible that I'm a part of a book that's internationally best-selling. So I just feel very grateful to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for such a nice introduction. Your professional journey spans several fields. How did it all begin?
Well, for me, it began when I was about 15, and my mom was a school bus driver professionally, and she would come home in just incredible pain, whether it's her shoulders from this really big steering wheel, or sitting all day, her low back would hurt, or the foot pedals for the gas and brake and everything, her toes. Her feet were just constantly in pain. She had several surgeries, and in between surgeries and in between all of these things that she was trying to do, she would ask me, would you rub my feet? Would you see if you can try to pop my toes? And at 15, with no education, I was able to calm her body down enough that I could pop her toes almost every time. Well, her chiropractor couldn't pop her toes ever. He could never get them to pop. And so it was almost like he was frustrated, but also impressed. Like, what do you mean your 15-year-old daughter with no education was able to pop your toes? I'm educated and I can't do it. So I think that he felt impressed, but also like annoyed, but not in a negative way. And my mom really encouraged me. She said, you know, honey, you're good at this. This is something that you could really hone this talent and you could help a lot of people really tangibly. And I liked that because I liked what I was able to see from my mom in relief from the little work that I was able to do. I was like, if I can do something so little from my perspective that does so much for someone else, why wouldn't I? That's like, that's the purpose of life, isn't it? Is to serve others and to do well for the people around you, whether you like them or not, because that's part of character is being consistent. Not everyone you're going to like, but will your character stay consistent even if you don't like the person?
Incredible.
That's a hard lesson to
Amazing.
learn, but it's worthwhile. Your consistency matters in your character, and so I've worked with a lot of people over the years, and I can honestly say there's very few that I haven't liked because I like people. I want to know the story underneath, and I always want to see the whole person. That's why I named my company Interwoven, is because we are body, mind, and spirit. We are not just one, we're not just two, but we're all three. And we have to be able to see the whole person to be able to treat them on the table as a massage therapist. If I can see that someone is full of anxiety or full of stress, that's the first thing I want to address that day. Okay, hey, I can see that you've had a big day, like you're stressed out. I can see it. Let's first of all take a breath. What are we working on today? And then they have the opportunity to tell me where they're at that day. And then I can just meet them where they're at and just invite them into a place of healing for where they're at that day. So, anyway, so that's how I got started in this. And then it's just kind of been a rolling trajectory of one thing leads to another and connects into something else. And that's just kind of how it's all worked for me.
I love the way that you are delivering the whole things that you've faced in your life. So it is very interesting story. So I just want to know which role has taught you the most valuable life lesson and why.
Motherhood. I was actually just talking to somebody this week saying that marriage teaches us how selfish we are, because if you are truly equally together, then you can't be selfish in marriage and have a healthy marriage. So I think marriage teaches you how selfish you are, how much you want and expect from other people. And then I think having kids teaches you how dependent we are on God, how dependent we are on each other, and how nasty we really are at our core human nature. And it's our job as parents who have been entrusted with these to raise them well, to teach them how to not be crappy adults. I've got one of my kids who just walked in, so sorry. So teaching them how to be selfless, how to see what needs to be done, how to leave it better than you found it. All of these life skills, it's our job as parents to teach them. And if our selfishness gets in the way, we don't train them. And if they aren't trained in how they should go in life, then they just do what they want their whole life. That sounds terrible. That sounds like a terrible way of living. If all you ever do is what you want, then you are living probably the most selfish life, and you're probably borderline psycho. Like, people don't do that and have healthy relationships. Serving is the basis of relationships. So having kids and getting married has taught me by far the most about how to interact with people. And then I also had I went through some really traumatic things to me when I was really, really young, and several things got me into the counseling that I needed and got me the support that I needed. And so I learned at a very, very young age some very big concepts that have allowed me to have some deeply rooted um, beliefs about myself, about others, about the world, And I think that that has helped me a lot because was having very deep psychological questions that I was asking at very young ages. I mean, I must have been 12 years old when I was first asking myself, what is my biggest fear? And then I
Wow.
named it, to not be enough. How many
Okay.
people, their fear is to not be enough? And I was able to identify that at 12, and then basically spent the rest of my adolescence learning how I don't have to be enough for somebody else because I'm enough for God. And He still loves me and He still wants me. And if I can believe what God says about me, then I don't care what you say. Go ahead, believe what you want. Don't care. So if you say something that's not true, like, oh, you're a gluttonous alcoholic, I can confidently not care because I'm neither of those things. Like, okay, thank you for your opinion, but it means nothing to me because there's no truth in it. So having those perspectives at such a young age, I think, has really helped me solidify the I don't care factor. And it's not that I don't care; it's that your opinion doesn't change my character.
This is so remarkable, outstanding.
Well, good.
So,
I'm glad that
at
I'm
age
glad that it's
12,
beneficial.
Rajesh,
It's my life.
it's really amazing that at age of 12 that you realize the real world problem, the fear.
Yeah. Well,
It's
and that was
amazing.
not on accident. That was a lot of like I said, I had gone through therapy when I was like, I think I started therapy when I was like 5 years old. So 4 to 5 starting, and I had 2 years of therapy twice a week. Like, there's a lot that I learned about myself. There's a lot that I learned about my identity in Christ and how I have freedom in my identity if I'm living in the identity that God gave me instead of the identity that other people want to put on me. It's so freeing
Okay.
when I can believe what God says about me and not have to worry about what other people say about me. So it's very
Okay.
freeing when you don't care about what other people think about you. And I mean, I'm human. I care about what people think about me. I want to give a positive perception of myself. I'm not going to go around, you know, walking around the street.
Sometimes some people spend their whole life that what the people are thinking, and if we do this, what the community will think, and what the reaction will be of community. That
Yeah.
lots of people are suffering from this disease. We can say this is a disease. So I'm so happy that you discovered this at age of 12. That is mind blowing.
Yeah.
So many people hear the term somatic therapy, but not fully understand it. Could you please explain what is it is in simple terms?
Yeah. So somatic
Somatic
therapy
therapy.
is basically the body and mind connection. What you're physically experiencing in your mind will physically manifest in your body in some way. If you are let's say you're burying a childhood memory that you don't want to think about, you don't want to address, you just want to pretend it never happened. Somebody said something
Okay.
mean, or you were abused, or someone was unkind to you and it just kind of took root in your heart, and you want to pretend that didn't happen. Well, by pretending it doesn't happen, um, there are stressors that you put on the body. Your stress levels, your cortisol is going to raise because you are trying to suppress something that wants out. And I think that um, allowing people to understand that connection between the brain and the body is really important because we want to think of ourselves as, oh, I'm a body, oh, I'm a person, and that's it.
Okay.
Well, but your person is part of your body. Your body isn't who you are, but you are part of your body. So how to identify that we are one being, but in different roles. My body has a role that my mind does not, that my spirit does not. And so somatic work is basically connecting those together and saying you are one whole person, and it takes all of those things to see you completely. If all I'm doing is looking at your body, I'm just looking at a series of symptoms. But if I don't know that you've been battling anxiety or stress, or you've been in a previous car accident that's caused traumatic nightmares. Okay, yeah, you might be extra stressed if there's been traffic on the road and you're dealing with traumatic memories from a car accident. That's what we need to address today. You're still not done being fearful of the car accident. That's the root from today. Your body is manifesting the result to get you to pay attention. Our body is
Yes.
always communicating with us. If it's not a whisper, it will be a yell. And the yell is where the injury happens. That's where the pain is so intense that, oh, I'm broken, I'm broken. No, you're not broken. You're just not listening. And if you were listening, you probably wouldn't know what it's saying anyway, because we are not taught how to listen to our body at the whisper. We're taught to ignore it and suppress it until we don't have another option but surgery and doctor. Well, I don't want
Agree.
to go to a surgeon. I don't want to have surgery. I don't want to go see a doctor if I don't need to. There's nothing wrong with doctors, but I only want to use them if I need them. I wanted to listen at the whisper and hopefully never need the surgery because I was listening to what my body needed quietly instead of having to tell the doctor, hey, it's yelling so loud, I don't even know what's wrong. And they're like, oh, let's just cut it out. Well, but there's other options. So that's a very long-winded somatic
So
answer.
connection of body and mind is very important for healing as well.
Yeah. Well, because the body is what happens when our brain isn't taken care of. In so many ways, what we don't address mentally will become a chronic disease, or it'll become a medication that you have to take because you're chronically anxious, or you have chronic depression, or you're struggle. Like any drug addiction is an emotional issue not being addressed. Change my mind. I don't think that you can separate them out. People who have drug addiction or those issues tend to have something else rooted
That
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 that is
was
trying
very
to.
first my that was very next question from you, that what are some common emotional struggle you see in the people? Yeah, and you are discussing about this earlier. So my next question was this: I just want to know about the people.
Sorry, my kid said something in the background. Would you say that again?
It's okay. I have three kids as well, so they are making noise. I reach at home at 5:30 from office, so I started interview as well. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. So tell me your question again. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. So I just want to know what are some common emotional struggles you see in people today?
Yeah, I think for most people, it's childhood trauma that's not been addressed, or it's feelings that were developed and rooted in childhood that have been ignored. So, I mean, think of it this way. Um, there's a kid whose dad is not very nice. He's mean, borderline abusive, or outright abusive. Throw in a little bit of addiction in there. It's probably not a great childhood, right? That's a difficult childhood. That kid has two options. He can either look at his childhood when he's grown up and say, I want to look exactly like my dad. I want to grow up and be just like him. Or I want to grow up and be nothing like him, right? But either way, you're focusing on him. You're focusing on that behavior, that example. So regardless of what your intention is, what you focus on, you'll move towards. You're going to become exactly like your father if you're focusing on not becoming exactly like your father, instead of finding a mentor that you do want your life to look like and then asking them, how did they do it? Don't take advice from people you don't want your life to look like, is one of my favorite things to say, because it's true. If you don't want your life to look like them, why are you taking their advice? If you have a friend who's a single mom, and she's living her best life here in the United States, and she's just acting like she's a teenager again, like there's gonna be ramifications for you if you're listening to their advice on how to deal with your marriage. She's not going to be in your husband's corner. So who are you taking advice from? And do you want their advice to be what your life looks like? And if you don't, then why are you telling them your business? Why do you care what their opinion is?
Yeah.
Don't take advice from people you don't want your life to look like. Find a mentor and lean in. You don't have to dishonor, let's say in my example, the bad father who was not a good example. You don't dishonor the father. You just say, I'm not going to lean into you. I'm going to focus on what I do want to become, because what you focus on, you become.
Yeah, agreed.
So I think that encompasses so many issues for so many people. That what are you focusing your time and energy on, and then that's what you're going to most likely have your life look like. Give me just 1 second. Hey, boy.
How
Okay,
old
I'm
is
back.
your younger child? How old is your
My
younger child?
youngest,
Yeah.
well, my youngest is a year and a half, and then I've got 5 kids. I've got 4 boys and a girl. My oldest is almost 13. I
Mashallah.
don't know how that's possible. So almost 13, almost 11, 6, and almost 5, and then 1.5. So we're
Oh, cute. Nice. So, next question from you is, what are some simple daily practices anyone can use to improve emotional well being?
Yeah, absolutely. I think breathing intentionally is the first thing that we can do. That when we feel our body having a physiological reaction that we know is not good for us, our stress level goes up, we feel anxious, depressed, whatever the thing may be. Take a second. I literally, my kids know that when they've stressed me out and I am working on not losing my temper, I will literally close my eyes and I take a big deep breath. And then I might take another one until I feel like my breath has helped regulate whatever my brain isn't regulating. And then once I've done that, then I can say, hey, is this how we talk to each other? Like, and then I try to talk to them calmly. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But at least that's my first line of defense. Hey, Elijah, I'm on a call. These kids, they're all awake now. But what? So distracted by them. I'm so sorry. Um,
It's okay. It's
so taking
okay.
deep breaths, I think that writing is one of the best things that we can do. Writing when we are emotional, hi, sweetie, uh, helps us figure out what are the subconscious thoughts that we're not thinking of. What are the subconscious emotions that we're not processing? What are the things that need to be addressed that we don't even see yet? If we're in the height of our emotion, we can just feverishly write down anything and everything. Like, don't think about, you're not writing a poem, you're writing down emotions. It's meant to be scattered. It's half a thought leading into another thought that gets taken over by another thought, and then it's just, half legible. That's okay. But getting it out of your system is important. Guys, you don't need to be on the camera.
Hello.
And so I think that writing is
It's
one of the
okay.
most
I
important
think
things.
he is curious what my mom is doing. Hello.
Yeah, they all
How
want
are
to see
you?
what's going on. This is my almost 5-year old. I've got my 6-year
Oh,
old hiding behind the chair. This is my 10-year
hello,
old.
princess. The another one is hiding. Under, okay, now he's
Yep. And my
nice.
oldest is trying to
It's
help.
okay. Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so yeah, it's okay. Cat
They
goes
can
outside
join
though.
us. They can join us,
Yeah,
and they can
they're in
join.
it now. They are ready.
Yeah,
They're like, start my
yeah.
start my adult life now. Yeah.
I just read.
I think so. To answer your question, I think being creative is one of the most important things that we can do to help us figure out what we're feeling, because a lot of the time we just know that we feel something, but we don't know what to name it. So that takes work. Most people don't want to do that work, but if you are willing to go through and do the work, it becomes much easier to identify a pathway forward if you know where you're starting from. A lot of people don't know where they're actually starting from. They think they're starting from point A, but they're really starting from point X. And then they get discouraged when they don't get to the destination they want in the speed that they want, but you have to have realistic expectations of yourself and others as a start. Yes, you have to stop. You have to stop. Okay, you're distracting me. All right, Leo, you have to stop. I'm
Okay.
working. I'm working. Oh, bless you.
They want their own
These kids.
time as well. Okay, let's talk about the Guinness World Records. First,
Yep.
congratulations on becoming a Guinness World Record holder. Could you tell us about that achievement and what did that experience teach you about determination and teamwork?
Yeah, you have to come over here, please. So the experience was really fantastic. My brother had invited me to participate with him because he was doing it, and it was a wonderful opportunity to meet incredible people. And I felt like for the first time in my life, this was the room where I fit in. My whole life, I've basically felt like I don't fit in. I mean, I have friends, I have people that I connect with, but it doesn't. It looks like it's so much easier for everybody else, right? That's the emotion. It looks easier. It's not really, but you know, um, I just never felt like I fit in, and so it was the first room of people that I really felt like these are the people that I fit in with, and it was actually really encouraging because those people are leaders in business. They're leaders in thought conversations. They're podcasters. They're influencers of various natures. They're faith leaders. They're marriage leaders. There's all of these things where these people are encouraging people in their way to do the same things that I'm doing with my people in my way. And it was just an incredible opportunity to meet so many like-minded people who all came together under one project and made connections that hopefully will last a lifetime. I've still got several people that I talk with from that event, and I know my brother does as well. So it's just been a wonderful journey. Something I didn't expect. My brother is the one who just kind of invited me to do this, and he says, come write a book with me and do the Guinness thing, and all the that's cool. Come do it with me. And all right, twist my arm, why don't you? So honestly, I did it mostly just to have an opportunity to see my brother, and then everything else was bonus. There was a lot of bonus 36-hour trip that I took. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity. Yeah.
Okay, I also want to. I'm desired that my students from Rehan School Islamabad campus also, uh, not also it should be a world record holder, Guinness World Record holder, and they should be a great leader for future as well.
Yeah.
So yes, let's do some rapid fire 2 minutes question. So one word that
Sure.
describe Jennifer. One word that describe Jennifer.
Joyful.
Joyful. Good. Nice. A book everyone should read.
The Go Giver. And I wish I could remember the name of the author. Unfortunately, I don't have it right in front of me.
Oh, nice. A daily habit you never skip.
Say that one more time.
Yeah, a daily habit you never skip.
I did not hear what you're saying. You something about skip?
No,
I don't
I
think
was asking that a
that's what
daily
you said.
habit you never skip. A daily habit. A
Turning
daily
my
habit
volume
you
up, so
never
maybe
skip.
that helps.
I think there is an internet issue on my side as well. A daily habit that you never
Okay.
skip.
Oh, me too.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee or tea? Coffee. Okay.
Never
Your
go anywhere.
biggest source of inspiration? Oh, coffee. Okay. So your biggest source of
My parents.
inspiration? Your
My
parents.
parents.
Nice. Nice. So one message would you like to every viewer to remember today?
Unsaid expectations are a recipe for unmet expectations. If you want something, you have to be willing to ask for it.
Nice message.
That
Message
solved so
depending.
many problems in my marriage. Hey, I need you to watch the kids. Okay, well, what does watch mean? That was literally an issue we had at one point where I said, hey, can you watch the kids for a minute? And what he defined watch is not the definition that I had. And so we had to actually get to the point where, well, what does watch mean to you? What does watch mean to me? Oh, okay, so my expectation of this is this. And then, oh, okay, now I can meet the expectation because I know what I'm reaching.
I really enjoyed today's session, Jennifer. Thank you so much. So for sharing your
Glad.
inspiring journey, valuable insight, and practical wisdom with us today. Your dedication to healing, education, and empowering others are truly remarkable. Even I was seeing the your podcast with my Islamabad campus student as well. So I just inspired from that podcast, and I ask you as well for the podcast. So thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate your time and the knowledge you have shared with me and with my audience. I wish you continued success in all your future and hope to welcome you back again for another inspiring conversation. And to everyone watching, thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed this interview, don't forget to like and share and subscribe. Jennifer, in future, inshallah, we will connect you with you. And just last, I want to say that my student and me both are available for any kind of help that related with AI, that related with graphic designing, video editing, with research. We can give you services voluntarily. My students are doing internships with many foreigners and learning from their journeys, and as well as they are giving the, you can say, services that they know, and they are learning from them. So if you have any type of work, you can ask me, and we will do anything for you that we know, and related with AI and the research as well. Thank you so much once again. So you have a very busy schedule, and your children are waiting as well. So I really enjoyed this podcast, especially because this was, I think, this was a real life based conversation that we did today. Thank you once again.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to do this for you as well as for the students. I think it's so empowering to teach the next generation how to avoid the mistakes and downfalls of the previous generation. Like I want my ceiling to be the next generation basement. Like that's how it should be. We should always be progressing and doing more for
Oh,
the next generation. So this is my contribution to that. I love this. This is a wonderful opportunity for me as well. So thank you.
okay. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. So inshallah, we will connect in future as well. Me and my team
Mhm.
is available for you, any type, any kind of work related, anything. In today's world, our students are learning the future skills, so we can help you. Thank you so much once again. Till the next time, take care of yourself.